Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Hayawake by rockratzero. So this is a combination of Hayawake and Sudoku. So it is still a Sudoku, a 6x6 Sudoku with irregular regions. And in addition to that, Rockrat has incorporated the standard Hayawake rule set into this, which intermixes with the Sudoku. So you're going to need to do the normal Sudoku rules. So in every row, every column, and every one of these irregular regions, we're going to be placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. But we're also going to be shading the grid with cells. And the answer check isn't going to check the shading, but if you get the Sudoku right, you've probably gotten the shading correct as well, because they do intermingle. You need to kind of go back and forth between both. So let me go over exactly how that works. So in addition to those Sudoku rules, we're going to be shading some cells in the grid. Now, I'm going to use traditional colors for the shading. So I'm going to use gray for shaded cells. So some of these cells are going to be gray. We don't know which yet, but some of these cells will be gray. And then all the other cells are unshaded. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use green to designate cells that must be unshaded, that we've logically deduced must be unshaded. So by the end, let's say that those were, these were ended up being the shaded cells. We would then also have all of these green because we've proven that they can't be shaded. And then we'd have all the digits filled in the grid as well, and then that would be our result. You could technically remove all the greens when you're done, but there's no reason to. Typically, you end up with basically a fully green grid except for the gray shaded cells. So that's your goal. So what are the rules for Hayawake? So we're going to shade some cells in the grid such that no run of unshaded cells in a row or column crosses two bold borders. So let's say this entire row was unshaded. Well, that would break this rule because as we move along here, we've crossed one border, two borders, three borders. Three borders is definitely crossing at least two. So that is bad. So what we could do is we could shade this cell here. And if we did that, then this crosses one bold border and this crosses one bold border. And so just by shading this one cell, we've suddenly made this row valid. So you don't have to shade very many cells in order to prevent that rule from being an issue. Additionally, shaded cells cannot be horizontally or vertically adjacent. Another way to put that would be they can't be orthogonally adjacent. So if I shade this cell here, then what we can do is immediately green all the cells around it. Because what I'm not allowed to do is shade two cells that share an edge, basically. So it's handy to just as soon as you place a shaded cell to just boom, fill all of the adjacent cells, these four, as green. So you know not to shade them. Additionally, a number in a cage indicates the amount of shaded cells in that region. So this one, we know the number. This is a 1. That's in this cage. So each region has one cage in it. And the number that we fill in it is going to be the number of shaded cells. So I could shade, say, this one. And as soon as I did, because we know there's only one shaded cell, we're going to change all of those to green. And we're also going to make this one green because of the previous rule. And so this one shaded cell would make all of these green because we know there's only one shaded cell in that region. Additionally, all unshaded cells in the grid must form an orthogonally connected area. So what that means is that, let's say I did this. Let's say I had a green cell here and it was completely surrounded with shaded cells. Well, that would be no good because this green cell can't orthogonally connect to all the other green cells in the grid, all the other unshaded cells in the grid. So I need it to escape, right? It needs to come out. And so we can make like a blob like this, right? And then that would be all orthogonally connected and then maybe shade the rest, although that would break a bunch of other rules. So you just have to keep in mind that, and I'm told this is very important for this puzzle, you need to keep in mind that all of the unshaded cells are going to end up orthogonally connected. You can't surround them with shaded cells. They have to get out. They have to all connect to each other in some way. The unshaded cells, of course, will all be isolated islands because they can't be next to each other. And then let me go over one more thing that I skipped on purpose, which is one, cage digits may not be shaded. So we can immediately start the puzzle by just making all these green because the cages are never shaded. And additionally, all shaded cells are even digits. So if I shade this cell, we can immediately say it's 2, 4, or 6 because those are the even digits. Or if I say fill a 5 somewhere, I could immediately green it because all shaded cells are even. This is not even, therefore it's not shaded. All right, I believe that's all the rules. There's a note at the bottom. Because the regions are non-rectangular, this could be referred to as a Hayawake variant of Hayawake, which adds an additional rule about unshaded runs re-entering regions that is not relevant here. So that's just a note for people who may be aware of that variant. So I believe I have covered all of the rules. So I'm sorry for taking so long, but I know that I wanted to go over this carefully because you may not have encountered Hayawake before. If you find you enjoyed the Hayawake rule set, you enjoyed the shading stuff, go look at other Hayawake puzzles. I think you might find them enjoyable. And I'm going to be doing more pencil puzzle hybrids in the future to introduce you to these different pencil puzzle variants, and you may enjoy those as well. So with all that said, check the link in the description to try it yourself. Highly recommend you do. And I am going to get started right now. All right, as I said before, we can just immediately start by greening all of these cages, which means they are not shaded. And we're almost done, right? No. So let's think about this. Well, we know that only even digits, excuse me, wow. We know that only even digits are shaded. So how many shaded cells could we even have in a region? And the answer is up to 3, right? I can't have more than 3 shaded digits in a region because then I would have more than 3 even digits in a region. And so we can just fill 1, 2, 3 into these. And that immediately points out that this one has to be a 3. This one can't be a 1. All right. So at the very least, we have that. We have this 3 here. So all of the even digits in this region are shaded, which is probably useful in some way. Let's see, what do we want to do with that? Okay, so one thing I'm seeing is, how many, where can we put these shaded cells? How do we even put 3 of them in here? Because over here, we can only put 1, right? As soon as I put a single shaded cell in here, again, we're going to surround it with greens. It's going to make the other cell in this region, up here in this region, green. So one of these can be shaded. And then within this L turn here, I could either shade just one of these and make these 2 green, or I could shade these 2 and make this one green, which is what we're going to have to do because we need 3 shaded cells. So one of them is going to go here and 2 of them will go here. So we can just immediately shade these 2, and then we can green all of the orthogonal cells. I think that covers them. And then one of these is going to be shaded. I need to find a way to notate that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a gray line here, which will just denote that we know one of these 2 is going to end up shaded, but we don't know which yet. I think we don't know which yet. And so these are going to be even, 2, 4, 6. This isn't 2. Okay, what else can we do here? Maybe we can use the rule about bold borders, 2 bold borders. Maybe. This row I used in the example. We need to be careful. We need to make sure we shade something, but let's see. We could shade really a bunch of these. And like we could shade this one here. Well, actually, let's think about this run here. So in order to prevent this run from crossing 2 bold borders, we're going to need to shade either one of these 2 or this one. But if I shade just this one, I'm still going to need to shade one of these 2. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to do there, but it's interesting. What about this row? So within these 3 cells, even if just these 3 cells were green, let me green them just to demonstrate, we'd already be crossing 2 borders. So that means that one of these 2 is shaded. We can just draw a line for that. Because if we didn't have either of these shaded, then we would be crossing 2 bold borders. So one of them must be. I think it's the same here. So if I green these, we now definitely cross 2 bold borders. So these both can't be shaded, so I must shade at least one of them. All right. Actually, it's true here too. So if I green these 2, I do cross 2 bold borders. So one of these 2 is also shaded. But they're going to have to go diagonally, right? Because I can't do orthogonally. So either these 2 are shaded, and they're in the same region as each other, where these two are shaded. They're in different regions. Not immediately clear how to resolve that, though. Let's see. This is 2 or 3. I could shade 2 of these, and I can shade 1 of these. So if I wanted a 3, I'd need to shade 1 of these 2, and then I'd need to shade these 2. If I want 3 of them. That's going to end up with this one shaded, because one of these 2 needs to be shaded, and this would prevent this one. It would also shade this one, because one of these 2 need to be shaded. And so then it would shade this one. Ah, so let me shade this just so you can see. This is a problem, because this cell here, this unshaded cell would be completely surrounded. And like I said in the rules, you can't completely surround it. All the unshaded cells need to be orthogonally connected to each other. And this one's not getting out. And this was the only way this was going to end up a 3, right? Because we need these 2 exactly. Because of what we found here, we know that's going to cause these 2 to shade, and then this one's going to shade because we can't shade this one. So yeah, this is not a 3. This is a 2. Now 2 is even, but we still need 2 shaded cells in the region. So that means this 4 is definitely shaded, because the 4 and the 6 are going to be shaded in this region, because we need the remaining 2 even numbers to be shaded in order to achieve this 2. So the 4 is shaded. That's nice. I'm not sure what else that does. So we could shade this and make it a 6, or we could shade one of these and make it a 6. Not 100% sure which. Okay. Well, that was cool. Now what now? I haven't looked vertically. Here we've got a problem here, right? We can't leave all 3 of these unshaded, but we know one of these is going to end up shaded anyway, so that's not actually an issue. Same here. We could, if we end up shading this one, that's fine. We could also shade this one, I guess. Well, is that something we can say? So if this run of 3 here, it's a run of 3 though. I could shade this one and be fine, actually. Ooh, could I? This run we need to be careful about. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to mark that. Maybe there's something easier to look at. How about this run? So if these 2 are shaded, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. If these 2 are shaded, then again, we cross 2 borders. So we can't do that. So one of these is going to end up shaded. Not 100% sure what to do with that. Let's see, am I missing anything obvious? We have a 6 somewhere that's going to end up shaded. I guess I haven't really looked at the irregular geometry yet. Is there anything interesting with that? These 3 cells go here. So there's a 1 and a 2 here. Don't know if that's interesting, but it's true. These 3 cells will end up here. Yeah, we got a lot of that going on. These 3 cells will end up here. So there's a 4 and a 2 in this sort of curve. This 2 is taken care of. Is there anything with this 3? Yeah, this 3 sees these 2, so there's a 3 up here somewhere. Maybe that's useful. Maybe not. So this 3 is looking here. Oh, I think I can place a 3. Okay, well, that's going to be super helpful. So let's see, how did I find that? So this 3 here looks into this region. So these can't be 3, and we know that these 2 can't be 3. So one of these 2 is a 3. And those look to the right, so none of these can be 3. And this region's going to need a 3, so it's going to be down here, but this 3 keeps that up here. So this is a 3, and if we respect our a line here, one of these 2 had to be shaded. So we're going to end up shading this one. Awesome. Okay. because the 3 is not even, right? So the 3 can't be shaded. We can also unshade this one because it's orthogonally connected to the shade. So this is 2, 4, 6. It can't be a 2 because of the 2 in the row. These, I guess I can mark that these are 4, 5, 6, and one of these is 5. Don't know if that's interesting or not, but it might come in handy. This isn't a 3 because of this 3 that we placed. Okay, so we still need a shaded cell in here. But it really could be any of them, seems like. Okay, so that was some nice progress. We need to figure out what to do next. Oh wait, did I get a 4? Look at this, I got a 4, 6 pair here. So this is a 2. That makes this a 1. Okay, so now, oh okay. Now these 2s that we marked here, because this 2 sees down, and this 2 now sees over. So these 2s are pointing to the right now. So this can't be 1 or 2. That makes this a 2. This can't be 2 now. So that means if I do this, I'm gonna need one of these as well, because we can't do 2, so we're gonna need to do 3. If this is a 1, it's gonna be this one only, which is also interesting. Okay, not sure what to do with that yet. I keep wanting to shade even cells, but that's not how it works. Even cells don't have to be shaded, they just are the only ones that can be shaded. Surprised I haven't found a 6 yet or anything like that. Let's look at this column. So yeah, I just need 4, 5, 6 here. One of these is 5. I feel like I'm missing Sudoku or something. Yeah, this is 5. Oh wait, no, this could be 5. Sorry. No, I have a 4, 6 pair. Hold on. This region here has a 4, 6 pair in it. This can't be 4 or 6. That means it's only 5. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Yeah, we found a 5. That's nice. So now we have this 4, 6 pair. Don't know if this is shaded or not. If it was shaded, this couldn't be shaded, and this would be shaded. And the reason I say that is because we can't surround this 5. We do need to remember the connectivity rule. I'm sure it comes in handy. Oh, we know this cell. This is a 1. Just for the region to finish it. Well, almost finish it. Let's see. I might as well just fill some candidates here. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is the 4. That's helpful. 5, 6 pair. So this is a 5, 6 pair for this region, because this 5, 6 looks over. Yeah, the 2, 5, 6 need to go here. So this is a 5, 6 pair. Oops. This is a 5, 6 pair. Which makes this a 2. So it could be shaded. Doesn't help. This is super cool so far. Let's see. I'm not doing it very fast, but I'm having fun. Alright, these 2s are looking down. Look at that. That places a 2 exactly here. That's got to be helpful. So there's going to be, the 4 and the 6 are going to be shaded in this region. I don't know where the 6 goes. The 4 is over here. So wherever the 4 goes, that's shaded. Let's fill this triple. We've got 3, 4, and 6. This isn't 4. So one of these is 4. Do I have anything with these 5, 6 pairs and the 4, 5, 6? Okay, I gotta shade 2 cells, but that's not hard. Well, one of these will be shaded. Oh, interesting. Oh, I just thought about that. One of these is a 4, and it's going to be shaded, because we have to shade the 4 and the 6. But that's going to go over here. I can't shade both of these cells. So if this was a 6, and this was a 4, I'd be forced to shade both of these to make the 2 correct. And that's broken. So this one's not 6. The 6 is over here. Nice. The 6 is over here. That looks up. This is 5. This is 6. We know the 5 is not shaded. This is not 6. This is not 6. Either of these could still be shaded. Still not sure. Do I need to worry about any kind of bold borders at this point? Not sure. Doesn't seem like it. I'm trying to figure out, okay, this is a 5 or a 6. Just for the column. I need a 3 in one of these two. This is 4-6 pair. This 4-6 pair is interesting because of the irregular, right? It sees this cell. This cell can't be 4 or 6. It doesn't work here, I don't think. But it does work here. This can't be 4-6. What can it be? It can't be 1-2. Could be 3. It can't be 4. Could be 5. It can't be 6. Okay. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but it's cool. Because like this one sees it by the row and this one sees it by the region. So it can't be 4 or 6. I love like weird pairs like that, or triples. They're fun. Wait, I have a 3-4 pair right here. I don't know where that came from, but this is a 6 now. I must have filled that a bit ago. The 6 we know is shaded. That's going to be helpful because all of these, yeah. Okay, all of these are unshaded. I have a line drawn here, so I need to now shade this one. Can't shade a 3, so this is a 4. That's a 1 now. Very nice. That's not a 4. Let's be careful. So this is green because it's next to the shaded cell. Only one shade. Okay, yeah, that's going to be helpful. Well, let me fill this 3 first. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Let me fill this 3 first. That's not shaded. This 6 is shaded. Yeah, the 6 is shaded. So then this one's shaded. We can get rid of our lines. That does work with the 1 that we got as well. I wonder if I did some extra work there. It's fine. You guys enjoy the extra work. This is a 1. Oh, this can't be odd, so that's even. That's 6, that's 4. Okay, that's 6 through this region. Thank you to the red markings for helping me scan that. Only one of these gets shaded. Oh wait, hold on. I can't shade this one because this green cell needs to get out. So this needs to be green. Because if this was shaded, right, this would be in an island. It wouldn't be orthogonally connected to any other shaded cells. So it's green. This doesn't have the same issue. This one doesn't get trapped. Well, let's see what else is happening here. Need one cell to be shaded. Is there just more Sudoku? There's probably more Sudoku. Yeah, like this cell here, that's a 4. This is a pair. Yeah, so in this row we need 3 or 5. We see the 5 there. So that's 3, that's 5. This is a 6. This is a 1. Okay, we got the 6 and 5 here. We're going to finish the digits, but I need to finish the shading too. So stay tuned for that. This is a 5. It's probably like crossing borders or something. That's a 3. Okay, so I got the digits correct. That's good. We need to finish the shading though. So where are we in danger of breaking a rule is the question. I need one of these two to be shaded, and I need one of these two to be shaded for the ones. Ah, here, right here. Look at that. I think that'll resolve everything. So if this was not shaded, we cross 2 bold borders. So this needs to be shaded. It needs to be surrounded with greens. That's the last shading for this region. And then this region needs a shade, so that goes there. Nice. So that should be it. That should be the correct shading. Cool. Well, I rather enjoyed that puzzle, so thanks, Rockrat. Really nice use of the Hayawake. Probably if I was more experienced with this kind of puzzle, I would have done it faster. Let me know in the comments how you did and if you enjoyed this hybrid. And of course, if you did enjoy it, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.